I totally got this, dude. Like I could totally.
Hey guys, Hbox here once again. Probably the last video I'll record from this spot before I get back home and record from there again. So I wanted to go over one or two other things about this NetherRealm Multiversus Warner Bros game that I have now cross-confirmed with people. And I also want to give my guesses as to maybe what's happening. First off, I think I have a pretty solid indication or base that, when it comes to development of this game, the timing of it seems pretty close to the timing of the development of that Riot Games fighter that they were working on. It was, leaked publicly not too long ago. There was images of some developers from League of Legends, or I guess from the Riot team, that were putting in League characters into Smash. Specifically, the pictures that were leaked publicly were from characters being put in Brawl, specifically. So when you look at them, you can see the character models in there, probably just running on the same Brawl engine. It's basically the Riot IP just in Smash Bros. And these pictures show some ideas for stages, some ideas what those character models would look like. And I guess they were trying to sort of flirt with the idea of what if we had Riot characters, League characters in Smash, right? Along with some new ones probably. Guys, we have a huge giveaway coming up. We're giving away a brand new Nintendo Switch OLED. All I have to do is type into the comments below and say my favorite channel is Hungrybox. The character you main, like and subscribe. We'll choose a winner, and we'll see who gets the first big prize. But all of a sudden this week, we're now getting leaks for this Multiversus game from Warner Bros. NetherRealm, and it's kind of, still strange to me that those are happening so close to each other. So here's my theory. This is coming from me. This is my theory. Would it be too far-fetched to say that potentially people who were working on that League game or that League fighter maybe left to work on the Warner Bros. Fighter with the whole Melee-esque mod idea? Would that be too far-fetched to mention? Is this me fanning the flames? A little bit, but I think there's some ground to it. The more I think about it, the more I think about the timing and what's going on, kind of will be the case. Obviously, Riot's been teasing their fighter for a long time now. There is less information about that right now than even the Multiverses, but with those two potentially competing against one another, might be interesting to see whether or not those games share ideas, or whether or not the whole aspect of them modding those League characters into Smash was also what gave developers on NetherRealm, or whoever's working on the game, those ideas. So the next part of this video was a character that was leaked to me, again, not by one person, but a variety of leaks of different rumblings that I've heard. Again, I keep saying this because, I've learned from Smash Bros. In the very, very hard way that, you shouldn't just trust leaks because you hear them, but you should trust them when there's, corroborating, back-to-back echoes happening about it from completely different places. Then that's when I start listening to it. The same thing I told you in my last video, when we were able to maybe soft confirm Batman and a character from Space Jam, whether it's LeBron or not, right? But a big question that a lot of people had was, there's all this hype about Nickelodeon All-Stars. I mean, wearing a Nickelodeon shirt, I love the game. And everyone was making jokes about a Cartoon Network fighter, right? So when you think about Cartoon Network, it is owned by Warner, so this would be your Cartoon Network fighter with God knows how many other characters in it. You wouldn't even need any other characters. You can just have Cartoon Network and it'll be probably a really solid fighting game. But with that inclusion comes the idea or the question of this. Would Adult Swim characters be in this game? And from what I'm hearing, the answer to that is yes. And in fact, it makes sense that the answer to that is yes because of the amount of popularity some of those shows have. Over time, we've seen Adult Swim shows become, they started out as almost felt like indie shows by producers and animators who were trying to have their first, sort of foray into a wider audience. Some of the shows are completely bizarre is the best way to put them, and probably just meant for the crowd to like that sort of bizarre avant-garde sort of humor and animation. Some of them are beautiful and well thought out, and some of them are even from animators of other shows. For instance, Pendleton Ward made a big show on there, creator of Adventure Time. He made a He made a really good show on Adult Swim recently, you know, that sort of delves into topics of therapy and just, it's like a podcast he does, but it's with more serious topics, but still with this crazy animation. Anyways, you know Adult Swim shows, I've seen you've seen a lot of them. Adult Swim has had a lot of anime shows on there, and I don't have any confirmation about whether or not like any of those characters like Goku would be even in the game, especially after I asked the same question to those Nickelodeon devs. But one of the people said a character, and then some other people said this character, and another source said this character, and now I'm here to tell you what I heard. Alright? It appears that there will be an Adult Swim fighter in the game, at least one, and that character is a man by the name of Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. So that is what I'm here to reveal to you guys. Rick and Morty apparently is in this game, or at least representatives from that show. So they're clearly going for the heavy guns here. I mean, Lord of the Rings, Batman, the NBA, Rick and Morty, old school cartoons. I mean, how big is this game gonna reach? How far is it gonna reach in that category? If you're telling me that you can have Rick in it, and it's gonna be free to play and cross-platform, and it's gonna be voiceovers, and apparently they want to make it Melee-esque, now you got me riffing on a lot of ideas. But from what I understand, we've also heard that the game is gonna be like almost tag team-ish. That's what the Reddit leaks said. It's like a tag team game. So when you think of a tag team combo, whether you can select which two you want or which characters that go with each other, when you mention Tom and Jerry, kind of not too difficult to think about Rick and Morty, right? And what a tag team would that look like. So it's, you know, it's all coming together. Like the pieces slowly jumble into one another, and we're sort of seeing what potential there is there. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on this, whether or not you have any ideas of what tag team would look like, if there are devs from the Riot team, if all these characters I've been told now are really true and happening, what will this game look like, and who do you want to see in it? And as always, thank you for watching. Again, I know these videos are recorded on a whim, but I'm just giving you the information as I receive it, and here's hoping we have a really interesting game to pick apart, and hopefully a few months, hopefully next year. Who knows when it comes out? Probably soon though, because when there's leaks, there's a lot of water flowing. So gotta get those pipes fixed, I guess. All right, thanks guys.